The Chubbs and Casey Show.
The Chubbs and Casey Show.
Mornings on 106.9 K-Hits.
Oh, the lovely time of year.
Have I made a mistake by inviting you to my house?
Why? Why would you
Really?
say that?
Really?
Why?
The more that we talk about it, the more I get nervous.
Why? Why man, she's so
Because
nervous.
we literally, yesterday, we started talking about this randomly. You know, by opening up your home and hosting, which we decided, my husband and I decided early on, we were like, we want to do Thanksgiving. We love it. We love having everybody come to our house. Like, it's just fun and relaxed, and we got music and football on, and we have fire going, and it's just good food, good people, and good times is what we always say,
Absolutely.
you know?
Yes.
However, sometimes it doesn't always go your way.
It doesn't. You're right. And, thank you for the invite. You invited me and my family.
Of course.
Very kind of you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Very
yes.
sweet.
You're coming this year, right?
I will be coming.
You've
yep.
had plans in the past and
I've
you
made the
weren't able to
promise.
make it.
You're right.
But you're coming, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous
Why would you be nervous?
because you've made me that way.
Why?
Okay, from multiple conversations. First of all, yesterday we start talking about what's the worst possible thing that a house guest can do
Yeah.
when you invite them
Okay, guys,
over for Thanksgiving
This is what
dinner.
blew my mind. I immediately go, what? Because my answer to this really was very far from what Casey's answer is.
It's interesting.
And it really blew my mind. So
how different
I'd
we
love to
see
hear
this.
what you call in
Yes.
and say. 918-442-1069. Right when you hear that question, what's the first thing that came to your mind? So say it one
Mine?
more time.
Insulting the food.
Okay, but you said what's the worst thing that could happen at Thanksgiving, like with guests? What makes a bad guest?
I think that insulting the food is the worst thing that a guest could probably do at Thanksgiving.
Insulting the food?
You don't think so? Like that's literally what
No.
you've invited them over for.
Okay, but no.
I'm not cooking. I'd like to remind you of that. I will not be cooking.
So you really shouldn't care about the pride of the food.
But that's the thing I think that bothers me because I don't do the cooking and people cook for me. So I'm not going to insult the hand that's feeding me.
But it is rude to out of nowhere just eat it and be like, oh, gross.
Yeah,
But if someone
it
asked me
is.
what it is, I'd say, oh, it's good. It's okay. It's a little dry, but
Really?
And that makes me.
You got to lie about it.
No way.
You gotta
All right,
lie
so
about
Chubbs
it.
and Casey, good
Got
morning.
to.
You're on the air. Apparently, I'm a bad house guest if I
Yes.
would be honest and say the food wasn't that great.
If
but
only that's where
what
it
do
stopped.
you think makes a bad house guest?
A house guest that stays too long.
Ooh.
Can't get rid of them?
That's
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's one of
right
those
there.
things where you almost have to have
Hey.
a countdown clock for everyone.
And also a possibility. Again, we'll see how
I'm
this
not
goes.
leaving. Oh, unless you have.
boy.
And by the way,
Oh,
I will
yeah.
be bringing to-go boxes. I hope that
You're
doesn't
Tupperware.
also make
Fully
me a
expected
bad house guest.
I
But
expect it.
Chubbs and
You
Casey,
do that
good morning.
everywhere.
In Pawhuska, thank you for listening. You're on the air. What makes a bad house guest?
I think bringing up politics makes a bad house guest at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh
Anytime-
my gosh, you're right.
That's one of those things where you go, hey, who wants
Yep.
to have an argument? Hey, let's
Get
all
out.
gather around and
Okay,
talk
wait.
politics.
Can we make a rule
Exactly.
right now
like, not worth
that
it.
if someone does it, can we just tell them get out?
Yeah, you got to go.
Can we
That's
do that?
the timeout room is what you got to
Amen.
do.
Okay, deal.
All right,
Okay,
done
deal.
and done.
All
All
right,
right,
it's
thank
official.
you for that genius idea. We appreciate
Oh,
it. Chubbs and
gosh.
Casey, good morning. You're on the air. What makes a bad house guest?
Showing up empty-handed.
Okay, this
Oh,
is
this
perfect.
is great.
This could not
is-
have been a better segue.
Oh, no.
Because-
Okay, and I'm nervous because
You're right.
he did tell me this yesterday
Go
that
ahead.
he has something planned. You have something planned.
And no, I have to ask you, by showing up
really
empty-handed, that includes that means like I can
what?
stop at the store, I can buy something,
Oh, totally.
you can make
Right?
something. Does this include music or a dance, or does this include
Is
all of
that-
that?
It could be a bottle of wine. It could be
Yeah,
a
just
bottle
something.
of juice.
But
It could be
please,
a pre-made
can
pie.
I-
Just don't show up empty-handed. It's
Okay.
rude.
Is
Yeah,
it
it is rude. Good call.
inappropriate?
Thank you for that.
Is it rude for me
Good
to
call.
tell him what to bring?
Yes.
Bring wine.
No, it's not either.
Bring
if
wine.
they ask for something
Good.
in particular,
That's
then
good to know.
Bring
that.
wine. Bring
Okay,
wine.
at least
because
now
I
I
don't
know.
I don't know what he's going to try and do.
Because, all right, well, thank
And bringing
you.
music or a
luck.
dance.
Good luck
Thank
is
you.
right. You have no idea.
Am I gonna
told
regret
Casey.
this?
Yes, you are. Well, no.
Oh.
I told you, I promised you what I'm going to do and what I have planned is going to be talk of the party. I
That's
promise
why
you.
I'm worried.
And I can't tell you any more than that because it would be ruining it.
It's a
And
surprise.
My wife agreed with me, so that's how you know it's nothing like
Oh, she
I'm not
did?
showing up. And
Okay, so
I do
Angie
have
knows.
my police officer outfit, but that one's not. She told me that I'm crazy. So, Chubbs and Casey, good morning. You're on the
Yeah,
air.
you are.
What makes a bad house guest?
Putting your shoes or feet on the furniture.
Oh, especially if you have what I have. Sometimes the stank feet.
Smelly? Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you, Casey. I was filling in my own blank with stink feet. So yes.
That is so rude.
And that is
gross.
Can you say something to him?
Ew.
Is it rude to then go like, "Excuse
How
me,
do
do you
you
mind take
handle
your
it?
feet off of that?"
I
Or-
will.
Got to.
Not
Got
at my
to.
house.
For
I
real.
love that. Okay, well, thank you
Love
for the
that
call.
girl.
Happy holidays, and we appreciate you listening.
Can I invite her instead of you at this point?
No, that's way too late.
What are
Way
you
too
not
late.
going to tell me what the surprise
Oh,
is?
not a chance.
Will you give
No,
me
no,
a
no.
hint? Because my
Oh.
husband heard us talking about this yesterday
Oh,
in a
he'll-
promo, and he literally said, "What's going on with it?" And I said, "I don't know. He won't tell me."
Well, I've already cleared it with.
Okay, Angie honestly knows.
Our buddy-
You're not lying to me.
I cleared it with Andy Little. He said it should be okay.
In charge of the fire department.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he's
This is a
the
problem.
fire department. Yeah.
Why does he need to know about this?
Well,
what do you have planned? No. Any kind of fire
would you-
involvement, it makes you a
so-
bad house guest.
We'll see.
Period.
We'll see.
No
You're listening to the
flamethrowers.
Chubbs and Casey Show
No.
every morning.
No.
106.9 K Hits.